something I can see peering out of that black hole, two luminous discs. The eyes, it might be a face, might be almost a... Good heavens, something wriggling out of the shadow like a gray snake. Now it's another one, and another one, and another one. They look like tentacles to me. Oh, yeah, I can see the thing's body now. It's large as a bear. It glistens like wet leather, but that face, ladies and gentlemen, it's indescribable. I can hardly force myself to keep looking at it. It's so awful. The eyes are black, and they gleam like a serpent. The mouth is a kind of V-shape with saliva dripping from its rimless lips and seem to, quiver and pulsate.
Do you want to believe in yourself, in something greater than yourself? It's an ancient human itch, not just to explain the impossible, but also the world around us, to explain ourselves. These answers are impossibly large, impossible to comprehend, and all of us will be in the ground a long time before any of us truly understand the world we live in. But when the answers come easy, when somebody tells you that the answers are within yourself the whole time, the results can be intoxicating and poisonous. This is Chapter 4 of ParaScience, The Church of the Open Mind. When we last left our players, St. Garcia Flores had just finished not even exercising, but identifying two specters that were hanging out at the Sequoia Amusement Park and Arcade out there in Arizona, and just received a phone call from one Alister McAndrews over whether or not he wanted to participate in the Roswell Mutual Information Exchange, a yearly convention of the bizarre that takes place in Roswell, New Mexico. Agent Alister McAndrews, of course, through his work with the department, has already been put on assignment at this event, as have all of his co-workers.
What's up?
Let's say that there is an arrangement of RVs that are kind of parked in a U-shape. Maybe there's like 3 of them. It's taking up a section of the parking lot, although a parking lot would be an unfair descriptor, considering it's just kind of vast desert in all directions. Or just not really desert, certainly not the Mojave Desert or anything like that, but just dirt, just packed dirt. But there's these 3 kind of RVs that are parked into a U-shape that are acting as the kind of informal headquarters for your employers. And even though it is late January, you are already kind of sweltering a bit, just because of, it's not particularly hot, but it certainly is humid with all the people packed into this RV, as in front of you, Agent Gray has a map of the event unfurled out on the collapsible kitchen table of this RV, with several key areas circled in red pen.
I think we get a shot of Alister, leaning over this, very, and, he's a very upright kind of human being, he's very, physically controlled when he's not trying to make people think that he's friendly. He's sort of a weird combination of stiff and a little bit gawky, I think. Mm-hmm. But he's standing up very straight, and is wearing cargo shorts. Oh. He's got a fit in. He's wearing cargo shorts and a novelty t-shirt or something.
Yeah, he is.
And just looks like he should be wearing, a Men in Black suit, but it's, they're all sort of undercover.
That is phenomenal, because you do have to wear civilian wear. And now, obviously, your polo is civilian wear, but
no,
you got to be more
touristy. I don't want to look like a Fed or a fascist at this event.
What? And in life, I'd think. Anyway, so he has parts of this map circled in red, and he's addressing the whole group. You're surrounded by a number of agents, including Oliver Coy. It's days like this when we need to remember our central tenets. The Roswell Mutual Information Exchange is a massive event for us, and we need to, everyone say it together, and him and a number of agents kind of reply in unison, although some of them seem to be kind of half shrugging their way through it. But he's holding up his 3 fingers as he's saying it. We need to document what we see, obscure what is possible, and misdirect from what we know. There are people who know things, and there are people who think they know things. It is our job to siphon information from those who know things and redirect the people who think they know things back to safer, government-approved paths. The 15 of you are part of Teal Team. You may recognize members of Zebra Team and C Team, but do not interact with them directly. If one of our cohort's covers are blown, we do not want them to think that every single one of us is an agent. You individually do not have any schedules, nor do you have any places I need you to go specifically. Mill about, find out what you can find out, and report everything back here. Are we clear?
It's a round of nodding. I imagine that nobody wants to talk over each other, and when you've got 16 grown-ass men in an RV, not all of them are men, presumably. When you've got 16 grown-ass people in an RV.
Women can be surreptitious employees.
Look, that movie with Tessa Thompson was not good, but she was in it in a suit, and that part was good. Anyway. Yes, so the 15 grown-ass adult people in an RV kind of, nodding and... Yes, sirs.
All right.
All around.
I want to make something abundantly clear as well. Some of you, this is your first year doing this. Some of you, of course, are veterans of this event. Return to this base as infrequently as possible. We do not want people to know to come here. We don't want to stand out in any respect. You have your tents. Everything you need should be within those tents. Only come here in case of absolute emergency. You can communicate directly with me via walkie-talkie, and if you need me in the field, I will be the one wearing the monochrome gray Hawaiian shirt.
Sorry. That one really took me out.
Can I ask a question about the shirt?
Uh-huh.
Is it still patterned, or is it just monochrome gray?
Yeah, it's just different shades of gray.
Cool. With, pineapples and stuff?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Where'd he get it?
Banana Republic.
Okay. Okay, of course.
I don't know.
You know they don't sell that shit there.
Yeah, well, whatever. I don't know.
But it's funny, yeah.
His entire wardrobe is desaturated.
Yeah, as it should be, with a name like that.
Mm-hmm. You don't get called Agent Gray for nothing.
Yeah, it's unclear whether he buys them like that or they become like that in his presence. The baby agents are like, are you kidding? What color would dare?
Right. Well then, yeah, he stands up, kind of nods everyone out, and people kind of shuffle out of the RV at irregular intervals and kind of loiter about in different directions, so it doesn't look like they all left with intention. You have a moment alone with Agent Gray, if you so wish. If you have anything you want to say.
I think we see Alistair haven't, I'm imagining Agent Gray isn't looking at him, and he sort of opens his mouth and then thinks better of it. This is somebody who has learned when to give in to his curiosity and when not to.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's going to resist the impulse to ask about the thing from the radio tower. For now. I'm probably going to ask Agent Coy about the thing from the radio tower.
Sure. Go ahead and initiate that conversation if you so wish.
Yeah, I'd like to, I guess maybe bump into him on, outside of the RV, with my, Alistair's wearing Birkenstocks with socks.
Of course.
He has a part to play.
No, I know. And I really appreciate his vacation dad energy.
Yeah, he has that weird thing going where he's, like, not old enough to be a vacation dad, but he's already, like, doing the vacation dad thing.
Yeah. Ezra, I own 2 vintage baseball caps from Universal Studios in the 1990s. I know.
That's actually just fun.
Uh-huh. I'm trying to cultivate vacation dad.
All right. I mean, this is the kind of... I feel like as long as I bump into him, like, before we get out of sort of the circling of the wagons, I just want to kind of lean up against one of them, casual like, and look him up and down. Just say, doesn't look as if your adventure left any lasting marks.
Coy kind of looks at you blankly for a bit, kind of squints a little bit against the sun, which is more than prominent, even, again, as close to winter as we are, and goes, no, I get headaches every once in a while, but that's really the extent of it. I got a physical shortly after returning back to base, but no, I'm fine, by and large. Headaches might just be part of the job anyway.
I mean, I've had my fair share. So.
You you holding up? That was a pretty harrowing experience, even on the outside. And that level of phenomenon, I mean, it's not normally what we get called in for, something that large and tangible. It can unnerve any agent, and I know you're a little newer than I am.
Well, it was my first, it was certainly my first encounter with anything of that, magnitude. But more than anything, I have to say it piqued my curiosity.
Certainly. I'd have to imagine.
I know I'm not exactly on the follow-up team, but I couldn't help hoping to be privy to at least a little of the sort of preliminary findings. I managed to keep it from shunting anyone else sideways, but I can't say I made much headway understanding it before it was contained.
No, certainly neither did I. As far as our debriefing information goes, we have recovered the object, and I think that's all they want us to know. Which of our field labs it's been sent off to for additional testing? Couldn't say. I hope they find something soon, and I hope we're allowed to know.
Me too. Well, another year, another weirdo convention.
I don't think we're supposed to call it that on the clock, although... yeah.
Alistair, like, gestures down to his, like, I think it's gotta be something with, like, cartoon aliens on it or something, like, where it's, like, you assume, people who are there assume he's doing it ironically, but there's, like, an extra level of irony going on here. He's doing a bit, but it's a different bit than people think he's doing.
Of course.
Yeah, wheels within wheels, this guy.
God, it's this... Honestly, sometimes I don't even know why we're here. It's the same Looney Tunes that were here last year. There's only so much we can get out of the lady that sells magnetized water.
I mean, they're not, like, having us on, are they? This isn't... I can imagine that, I don't know, maybe somebody gets a laugh out of it.
Maybe it's just to justify the budget.
This could be the year. You never know.
Yeah, no one ever knows. At this point, Agent Gray steps out of the RV. I did not describe him earlier, but he is a kind of South Asian-looking man. He is bald, although he has graying temples. He's kind of got it, shaved down off of the top of the head to make it look a little cleaner. He is, as mentioned, wearing a monochrome gray shirt. He has a belt with a number of communication devices on it, although it looks like his shirt is kind of intentionally tailing over some of the equipment attached to his belt. He doesn't want to appear too suspicious. And he kind of glances around. You can kind of see the sunlight reflecting off of him and him shield his eyes and kind of like look around, scouting like a meerkat. He greets you, the both of you, directly. Alistair, Oliver, good day. And if you have nothing to say to him, he will continue on his merry way.
Nah. I think there's a moment of like, I like almost reflexively call him sir, and then I'm like, wait, no.
Right. He nods and steps on his merry way.
I guess it's last one to the lady who sells magnetized water is a rotten egg.
Yeah, sounds good to me. Sounds like our mission is largely to just explore, so I'm fine with that.
Okay, well.
Take in the sights. Be careful of what you eat. I'll catch you later, Agent McAndrews. I tried to think of a nickname really fast, and almost called you Graham Cracker.
Jesus Christ.
So glad I dodged that one.
Oh boy, I'm glad Alistair's glad he dodged that one. He's just, I don't know. He's just kind of awkward.
I think they're all a little awkward.
They are a little awkward. I'm trying to have him be awkward even for the department.
Fair enough.
Like, when he's not playing a role, he sort of like, doesn't, I don't know. It's just sort of stiff, I think.
Sure.
And I think you see him kind of, as he walks out from behind the RV, you see him sort of like settle out of that kind of stiffness that he's been exhibiting when he's been around the rest of the department, into a sort of like, you see him put on the kind of like, affable weirdo thing. And so instead of it, it's weird because it's like, okay, why is he more relaxed now?
Right, when he's in ostensible danger.
Yeah.
Versus just around his coworkers.
Yep.
Or not danger, but when he's trying to perform.
Yeah. Because the real Alistair Graham McAndrews is a fucking awkward little, he's awkward.
Then Ezra, 2 pieces of information for you and 1 for Matty.
Yeah.
Okay. Information for you, 1, is that Alistair was handed a paper slip that contains a description of his tent.
Oh, okay.
So you know what to look for. You know where you are staying, so to speak. They aren't numbered in any respect.
No, but
camping brand, blue, etc.
I'm just imagining like what passes as a landmark
mm-hmm.
at Alien Coachella is just really, really out there.
Yeah, exactly.
Like 10 meters past the fucking singing pyramid statue.
Oh God, next to one of the washing stations or whatever.
Yeah.
2, your mission truly is to just explore for now.
Okay.
3, Matty, Saint can come in at any time he wants.
Okay.
This is an open event. There might be like parking lot security or something, but you can show up whenever on your little motorcycle.
Sure. So the end of the last episode was basically Alistair being like, hey, come over. But I guess this is more of an Ezra question. How much have we talked about it since then? How have you given me any information beyond show up roughly around this day? Or
I think the next text that Saint gets
is
from
Alistair also
is a description of the tent that he's going to be staying in.
Okay, so it's been, can we say just for funny's sake that we haven't talked in like a week and you just text me a description of your tent?
Yeah,
Great.
Definitely.
Great.
Blue. Okay.
It's
Hi,
like,
Alistair. What?
like
Hi, Alistair.
fucking, I don't know what, legally distinct REI clone,
yeah.
blue or whatever, 6 meters behind the washing station with the singing pyramid on top of it.
Roughly here. Great, yeah.
Yeah, this quadrant of the thing.
Cool.
Which are 100%, I am sure, named after the fucking quadrants they use in Star Trek.
Oh, obviously.
Look.
Do you think it makes more sense for me to put my tent near you so we can use that as an excuse for why we're kicking it together, or should I put it further away from you to avoid suspicion?
Get one of those little tunnel attachments.
Yeah, sure.
Shine the flashlight through the tunnel. Alistair, are you awake?
Alistair.
I feel like being in the vicinity of the same, like, wash station makes sense.
Okay.
Because that gives us an excuse to sort of, like, walk to that plausibly sort of be, like, walk to that landmark and split up.
Cool.
Or as a like, oh, we're going the same, we keep running into each other because we're always going the same way.
Cool. I think that makes sense, too.
I don't know why I've gone with Singing Pyramid, but it's the Singing Pyramid one now.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, like a statue where, like, the idea is that, like, it's like kind of like a wind,
oh, I know what you mean.
weather vane type thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm imagining, is when the wind blows through it, it makes a weird noise that can charitably be described as singing.
Yeah, oh yeah. Standing in the hot desert sun using a washcloth to dab yourself off and just going, so ghosts, huh? Wild.
Yeah.
Those are weird, right?
Fucked up if true, yeah?
Fucked up if true.
You ever seen a ghost? Yeah, you were there.
You ever seen a ghost? You were there. Technically, that was a fake ghost.
Yeah, that wasn't a real ghost, please. Get serious.
Anyway, so yeah, Saint can show up whenever, but the camera will stick with Alistair until Saint is here.
Sure. Is this kind of the kind of setup where, like, similar things tend to congregate? Do you know what I mean? Like, there's like here's some stalls with, like, the section where you, like, buy stuff, and here are the, like, Loch Ness Monster weird, like, here are the cryptid weirdos, and, like, here are the extraterrestrial weirdos, and here are the fucking ancient aliens guys who are, like, way at the end of the UFO guys because everybody hates them.
Yeah,
absolutely. So yeah, this is really free for all.
Okay.
You should think, if you've ever been to a state fair, you should think less organized than that.
Okay.
But there's like a tent area. Obviously, there's, like, kind of like almost like residential, like, alleys.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Full of tents. There's food carts. There are, because someone's got to feed these people. There are a couple of, like, exhibits and, like, rows of stalls. It's halfway between the organizational efforts of a state fair and a farmer's market.
Okay, so then maybe there's, like, just, like, a handful of big tents where people give presentations.
Exactly.
I'm imagining, I'm just going to call it right now, there's one that's like a pop-up planetarium dome. Because I think that would be sick as hell.
That would be sick, and I'm adding it to the map. And specifically, like, the obviously all the smaller tents are, personal tents.
Yeah.
And, like, all those stalls are, again, like a state fair kind of stall. Like, they either might have, maybe some of the informal ones that don't have designated, like slots, booths or whatever, are just those, like, kind of sports equipment tents that you can, like, if you were tailgating, you could set out.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a bunch of people with, like, basically just like a golf umbrella and a folding table full of pamphlets.
Exactly. The more formal ones are, like, legit booths, like you would see at a state fair or
that makes sense,
or whatnot, with some overhead and everything. Again, the hot desert sun. And then, like, the larger venues, like the larger, like, halls, as it were, because everything is mobile. There's no, like, 4-H convention hall like a state fair or whatever. Those are absolutely, like, those big, like, wedding venue tents. The ones with, like, the fake kind of plastic windows.
Yeah. I remember being very confused reading, like, British English novels as a child, not understanding what a marquee was, but now I always think of those as marquees rather than tents.
Oh, interesting. Maybe I don't know the distinction.
Yeah. That's a British English-ism that confused the fuck out of me as a child, because I thought a marquee was, like, the thing in front of a movie theater.
Right.
Okay.
You can get one of these for $1,000.
Damn, that's really not that expensive.
32 feet by 20 feet.
That's a pretty big tent.
Yeah. Well, I guess it really is just nylon and poles, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
There aren't a ton of parts there.
Aren't we all just nylon and poles?
No. We're... What? No.
Oh, shit. Whoops. I shouldn't have revealed that one live on air.
But, yeah, it's... It's the kind of place where, like, there's that Home Depot, like, fake plastic fencing around things. Things are secured with full gasoline, like things of cement.
Oh yeah.
You know, like it is very. This is an organized event and it has some history, but it's still kind of cobbled together and informal.
Yeah. There's definitely like designated kid areas.
Exactly. This is not. Yeah, this is not Comic-Con. It's not inside. It's not air conditioned.
No.
It's halfway between a state fair and a farmer's market and Coachella.
Okay. Yeah.
I think you can kind of get that vibe. And again, everything's on like this coarse, like packed dirt. Not that kind of desert, but like this kind of desert.
Yeah. Okay. I think I'm going to start wandering, and I'm going to pay less attention to the actual content of these various, booths, tables, all that stuff. I want to see what is catching people's eyes. Like, where are pockets of people where I wouldn't necessarily expect them to? Where are kind of, what is interesting enough that people are kind of like conglomerating and creating a little kind of, backup in the alleyway between whatever it is.
Sure, go ahead and roll me perception, observation, whatever it is.
Notice.
Thanks, Matty.
Okay, I get to add 2 to this. And I am going to roll and one's cocked. That one's cocked again. Jesus H. Okay, so that's a negative.
Damn you, Lutheran Jesus.
That's a negative and 3 neutrals. Rude. So that's a +1.
Damn, people.
Because I have a +2.
Okay, cool.
I don't know. Maybe Alistair's like bad at crowds for a while. He doesn't spend a lot of time in them, so maybe it takes some time for him to like adjust to just like being like hot and kind of Jesus H, there's a lot of people here.
Sure, yeah, maybe he's a little overwhelmed by the amount of people. He's certainly been on vacation for a little bit, and even before that he was on the road solo for who knows how many months before before our story started in Walla Walla, Washington. So yeah, he's probably just kind of he's coasting around. He's trying to get whatever the crowd equivalent of sea legs is. He's just trying to get his footing back. Although he seems to definitely see that people are congregating around, I guess you could call it sort of a vendor's alley. It's this row of much more formal booths. Again, ones that actually have like sides to them.
Yeah, okay.
Which are like a series of mini tents. And again, not just those like track and field sports side or beach tents or whatever, but like, structured booths. Yeah, you see that, there's like a pretty wide alley between those. Certainly they want enough space for like golf carts to get through or whatever. But yeah, people are pretty heavily congregating around there. And there's like a lot of people that... this area kind of has like carnival barker energy. People are kind of shouting like, check out the wonders of yada-da-da-da. There's presentations. There's people that are clearly hawking stuff, that sort of thing. I'm going to say that even with a +1, you do notice that there is at the end of this kind of alley, there's a very large white tent. One of those big marquee ones that we were talking about.
All right.
But that all of the kind of panels are shut.
Okay, interesting.
Just from what you can see in the distance.
Cool. Just for a logistics question, Matty, how long do you want to let me kind of just...
How long do you want to kick it solo? Because I'm happy to kind of finagle my way in anywhere.
I'm sort of, I can try to spin this for as long as I can, but I like this show better when it's the two of us together.
I agree. Ben, can I ask a question?
Yeah, Matty.
Great. I wasn't sure what I was going to say if you said no, so I'm glad that I could ask a question.
Eat shit and die, Matty.
Fuck off, Ben.
No. You're stuck with me.
God damn it. If only I could go back to the days when we lived 5 minutes apart from each other but didn't know each other existed. Curses.
Until you find a better podcast network, you're stuck with me.
So this event covers a scope of mostly aliens, it sounds like, but also cryptids, what is the kind of scope of supernatural phenomena at this event here?
It's everything, including
Ghosts?
things that are not even remotely supernatural.
Okay, continue.
So, for example, you can pay about $150 to meet Frank Miller. You can. Sorry, that's a Comic-Con joke, I guess.
Yeah, I was gonna. Earlier I almost asked you how similar is this to a convention.
Yeah, you can hang out with. Yeah, you can meet David Tennant. There's a meet and greet. It's like $500. Some people think it's worth it, but
He doesn't charge that much.
no, I know. But boy, that's a racket, huh?
Yeah,
That whole section of a con.
yeah. As you know, as someone who's paid to be a part of that racket, it's still kind of a racket. Anywho.
So yeah, it's not just look. There are for sure aliens, ghosts, demonology, all that kind of stuff is there. But so is bracelets that'll restore your chi.
Okay, excellent. We're into the like homeopathy bullshit. Yeah.
It's homeopathy galore.
Yeah.
I will phrase it this way: it is good that this event, and rather our story overall. Crystals. Oh, Maddie, there's a place on this map called the Crystal Garden.
Yeah!
We, Matty, and Ezra have to go to there. I don't care if our characters are into crystals or not. I'm going to the Crystal Garden.
Just puppet the little bodies over there.
We are lucky that our story does not take place in the real 2020, or else there would be some vaccine problems here.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Ouch.
So any bullshit you can imagine
instead
under
it's
the
just
sun.
people appropriating ayahuasca.
Great.
Oh yeah. There are yes. So you know the type.
Are there TikTok witches?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So yeah, this place is, it is not just literal instances of the supernatural, the paranoia, the supernatural, the paranormal, demonology, aliens,
also.
cryptids. But, it's government conspiracy, it's like self-help, it's transcendental meditation, it's, the guys who have like elaborate flow charts explaining how the Masons touched everything.
Yeah.
It is, and look, some of the people here are correct to a degree. Some of the people here are deeply wrong. Some of the people here know they're incorrect and are trying to sell something.
Yeah. Great. So we have a wide variety of things that I could be participating in.
Mm-hmm. It is everybody from essential oils will cure everything about you to John F. Kennedy was Satan in disguise.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
But enough about QAnon.
I was going to bring up QAnon earlier, and I was like, I don't know how far we want to stray into the real world here, but...
Yeah, no, QAnon
there's flat earthers at this place.
Mm-hmm. There are, for the Flat Earth Society, I'm sure, is represented here.
Yeah.
And again, that is not what you would... That's got shit all to do with ghosts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know that I'm hanging out in the ghosts area because I want to know what the hell these people are talking about.
Mm-hmm.
As an expert in my field, I gots to know what these people are talking about, re ghosts.
Yeah.
However, unless Alistair thinks I'm going to go to the ghost zone and see if I can find Saint, because that's probably where he is, I do also think, and this is a little bit of kind of shoving the pieces together to make the show work, but it's a show. I think Saint is also, let's say it like this, looks at the ghost area to be like, oh, I gotta come back here later and really get into the shit with the ghost people. And then I think notices the crowd mingling towards this tent and is like, interesting. Something that is... The ghosts aren't going anywhere. These people are going to be hanging out here all weekend. Presumably. So, Z, if you want to meet up at this suspicious tent, I would love to meet up at this
We should meet up
tent.
at the suspicious tent, but I'm just imagining Jack Aubrey voice, well, Stephen, the bird's flightless. It's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
As well, Saint, the ghosts are dead. They're not going
anywhere. Well, Alistair, it's funny you say that, because they actually do sometimes go places. Now, generally, and then he starts, like, doing his fucking thesis, and it's like, shut up, stop, that's not the point. Don't say things that aren't true if you're going to try and make a point, that's all I'm saying. Cool, let's go check out the suspicious tent and conveniently run into each other. Maybe literally, I don't know. There's a lot of people here, it's easy to get lost.
That is kind of funny, actually.
It is funny if we I don't think we run, like, physically knock each other over, but I can imagine us bumping into each other and being like, it's just you, never mind.
Yeah.
That one incredible Doctor Who bit where Doc 10 and Donna
Donna.
run into each other at the adipose factory.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But through the plastic windows of that giant wedding tent.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll say that I am like idly kind of meandering my way through. I've set up my tent. I've set up all my shit. I'm meandering my way towards this tent crowd, and I am pushing my way through the crowd, and I'm not looking where I'm going, and smack my way.
I think Alistair's
into
also
Alistair.
not really looking where he's going, because just to say right now, he like couldn't figure out a way to do sunglasses without feeling like he was like looked too much like a secret agent. So he has like a baseball cap on, but he doesn't have any fucking sunglasses, so he's just like squinting like an idiot.
God bless him.
Yeah.
That's our boy.
Yeah.
You know I am rocking
Yeah.
both a baseball cap and sunglasses, the ideal sunny weather gear.
Saint Garcia Flores, who is wearing a binder in the desert, is
Yeah.
braver than the U.S. Marine Corps.
Yeah. It's tough out here, but he's from Texas. He's used to it.
Yeah, he's like yelling fucking cowards.
Speaking of the scam artists running booths, the U.S. Marine Corps is here as well.
Yeah, of course.
Ayo!
Ayo! Fucking
Ew.
swish.
Anyway, so yeah, you're kind of walking around this corner. You're maybe in a bit of a hurry.
Yeah.
Alistair, go ahead and roll physique against Saint.
I don't have physique. I have fight. Can I use
Neither
fight?
do I.
Just shoulder check him.
What do I do if I don't have a skill?
You-
Do I
you just roll flat.
for-
Roll
Yeah.
flat, yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll
No,
fight
don't
here.
actually beat up Saint.
No, it's too
Oh,
late.
I was
I'm
just
rolling.
gonna roll. I thought we were gonna roll to see how
I'm rolling to
well
see if
I
I
like
knock Alistair
recover
over somehow.
from fucking knocking into him.
I said that
The
it's
words
rolled
came out
one
of your mouth,
negative.
Ben.
I rolled a
Dice
negative,
are in
a
my
neutral, and 2 positives. I'm saying I'm rolling with fight because Ben can't stop me, so that's a +2.
I rolled a negative 2 neutrals and a positive, which gets me a 0.
Yeah,
A 0
I
versus-
bowled directly into him, but my +2.
Let the bodies hit the floor. Alistair's on the ground.
Oh shit, man, I'm so sorry. Are you okay? Oh, it's you. Sorry, I'm not gonna actually say, oh, it's you, but I think generally he's like, oh shit, I'm so sorry to not see you there. Here, let me help you up. And then has a pause of like, oh, I recognize you, and then is like, we're gonna pretend we don't know each other here, and continues the bit.
Yeah. Hey, what's my fucking persona that I've got on?
Yeah, I'll extend a hand to him to
I'm-
help him back up, so he doesn't get trampled by the crowd.
I'm about to hate myself for an entire arc of this show.
No.
Nah, man, it's all good.
Oh, Ezra.
No, we're fine. No, yeah. Hey, it's
I'm dying.
it's hard to keep your I think this is like before Alistair realizes who has knocked him over. He's like, man, it's just really hard like to keep your thoughts focused on this plane of existence.
You can
Gets
see
him, dusts
Saint.
himself off.
Yeah, did you take my hand or do you not? Because I offered you my
Yeah.
Ezra,
I
take
will.
my hand. Okay.
Yeah, no,
I-
he and then makes eye contact, and the bit falters and then continues.
Yeah, you see as the accent comes or the voice comes out and Saint makes a face, but it is mostly blocked by the baseball cap and the sunglasses, so nobody else can see it, but Alistair can see it like, no. I pull you up, okay. Yeah. Been there, done that.
Yeah, man, no. Are you what's going on in the Big Tent? Like,
Not a clue. That's actually what I was gonna go check out.
Okay, I was just gonna it's just like the energy was really shuffling people in this direction, so I'm just gonna kind of follow the leader.
All right, well let's shuffle our energy in that direction, I guess. My name is Saint. I didn't catch your name.
Yeah, man. Andy. It's like,
Great.
I think it's gonna like shake again and leaning on this, doing this bit, like shake when if Saint will take Alistair's hand, he'll like shake and then like go in for like he's gonna hug you, so he can like whisper and as like a okay,
so we can communicate. Yeah, I know what you're trying to do.
Yeah, so we have a minute to say something to each other.
Sure.
But I'm trying to decide what he wants to lead with.
Sure. The issue is that I think Saint recoils.
Bummer. Okay.
So he goes in and Saint's like, "Whoa!" We can still do the bit if Alistair like pulls and is like, "No, come in. I'm trying to tell you." So like, does a like
definitely.
eyebrow raise. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and then Saint's like, okay, we'll go in for the hug. It's not Al anymore.
It's not Al anymore. It's Andy.
I think what he just leans in and it just says, we'll need to find somewhere discreet later to get our stories straight and plan our best angles.
Sure. My tent is somewhat near yours, so I think that should be easy to arrange. I hate this voice, by the way. Just so you know.
Works every time.
Do you two want to step away to your personal chambers, by which I mean the tents? Or do you want to proceed into the larger one?
I want to see the big one.
I want to see the big one. I think Andy like pats Saint on the back and then pulls back as like okay, we're on the same page.
Great.
And is gonna kind of just start aimlessly chatting at Saint as like basically to give them an excuse to like continue walking together.
Sure.
Because Andy is the kind of guy who's immediately decided, oh, okay, like,
we're friends.
The fucking energy currents of the universe have brought us together. We have to be friends now.
Yeah.
And we'll say things to this effect to Saint.
Yeah.
Because he's like, I am inventing a cover on the fly.
Yeah.
There's a lot about complimentary. He's babbling about ley lines and
you know the ley line people are here.
Oh,
total bullshit.
Oh my god. Yeah, I mean, I'm mostly just a ghost guy, but I'll believe anything you say. You know, ghosts.
No
demons,
shit, man. Ghosts.
Yeah, you know. Yeah, it's kind of my whole career, I guess. That kind of made a whole thing of like ghosts, which, you know, when you do college prep, they really don't tell you that's an option, but it sure is if you know what you're doing.
Oh, I would have scored way better on the SATs, man.
The ghost SATs. The S sounds for supernatural.
Supernatural aptitude test.
Merch
okay, I'm changing my
ideas.
display to supernatural aptitude test.
Great.
Anyway, so yeah, I think as this chatter goes on,
we make our way towards the tent.
Clashing with the kind of orange and brown dirt of this area, as soon as you start walking toward the entrance of the tent, you kind of see a contrast of light. Bouncing off of the white walls of this tent, there is almost a ring of kind of neon blue energy. Neon blue lighting, rather. And has kind of this halo effect over the entire room. This building, this tent, is organized like a church. There are rows on rows and rows of pews that are kind of angled inward, not in straight lines, but kind of culminating in a V shape down that center aisle. And at the very front, there is an elaborate, it's not an altar, but it's definitely a stage. Standing up there is a man who is wearing a green suit, almost a pale green suit. He has kind of long, graying brown hair that kind of goes down to right above his shoulders, and he has some facial hair that matches that color as well. He has a cane in his right hand and a microphone in his left. And he is kind of urging people inward. He's gesturing with the microphone as he does not want to lift the cane off the ground. He sees that the two of you, not just the two of you, but a smaller pack of people, maybe there's like 8 or so people that precede you. He's kind of waving them in. Just like, I see we have some new people coming into our tent, into our beloved community. People who want to expand their minds, open their minds to what's possible here in this world. We welcome everyone. Please come on in and have a seat. In this bombastic tone that I guess if either of you had any sort of religious experience in the world of ParaScience, which is much like our world, you would be familiar with almost kind of a Southern Baptist delivery. But yeah, you walk into this room. There's clearly some spectacle on display. There's this neon light shining down from the ceiling, creating this kind of halo effect. There are posters blocking the windows, or rather more like poster board, like standees, that are explaining like, rejuvenate the mind and the body, unlock your potential, those kind of like big inspiring posters, people standing on beaches, breathing deeply in the woods, that kind of stuff. At the front, toward the stage, there is like a large kind of stack, a full display of self-help books in the corner. There are a pallet of water bottles up front. This is, half church, half camp, after all. But everyone in the room, their attention seems to be focused at the man at the front. And he's waving everyone in. And he says, "I'm glad you're all here. It's so good to finally meet you." And as he says that, he locks eyes directly with you, Alister McAndrews.
Oh, fucking great.
And I think we'll have to call it there for today.
I love it.
What you've just been listening to was ParaScience, a glimpse into a world unknown. It was an actual play horror adventure told to you through the Fate system. Our players are Ezra Kaye as Agent Alister McAndrews, and Matty Trumbo-Gomes as capable young man St. Garcia Flores. As for myself, I was your game master and disembodied voice, Ben Hamlin. I also produced this show. Our theme song is by the incorporeal Johnny Rinaldo, and our logo was created by the haunted visage of Terra Bosart. We are currently in the process of remastering and transcribing earlier episodes of the show, and for that I would like to thank Glory Duda, Marcel Hood, and Julie Cooper, as they write down our every word and weave an intricate web of audio for you. You can stay tuned to our social media channels for more information on these developments. This show is brought to you by Infinity Break, where we're telling stories our own way. You can follow us on social media at InfinityBreak23 and check out our website for all of our other podcasts at InfinityBreak.net. We appreciate you listening to this program. If you want to help spread the word, there are a good many ways to do that. Word of mouth helps us immensely, and you can add us at ParaSciencePod on Twitter. And while you're at it, why not tag InfinityBreak23? We have a Patreon at patreon.com/InfinityBreak, where you can start donating to Infinity Break for as little as $1 a month. And if you listen to Apple Podcasts, don't forget to leave a review. That's all for now. Let ParaScience expand your way of thinking and offer you 10 easy steps to becoming a telepath at home. We'll see you in 2 weeks' time.